Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. During the declared emergency, Committee of Adjustment virtual public hearings are being conducted by electronic means through WebEx, an online digital platform, and stream on the Toronto City Planning YouTube channel. These measures are necessary to comply with physical distancing requirements and in-person attendance limitations. My name is Isaac Laluz, and I will be chairing the hearing. The members today with me here are Ms. Atarodi, Ms. Manning, and Mr. Bartolo. City staff will be assisting us throughout the meeting, including moderating the WebEx platform. And with us is Simon Lamb, who is the Senior Planner and Acting Deputy Secretary Treasurer, Kelly Reid, and Chris Pereira. Participants who have registered in advance will be able to make their presentation to the committee using the said WebEx. Anyone wishing to view the hearing may do so by watching on YouTube. These participants will be connecting either by their computer, a phone, a tablet app, or by telephone. All participants will automatically be muted upon entry. When your item is called, each participant will be unmuted by the moderator, one person at a time. Only the committee members will be participating by video. Any registered speaker will be participating by audio only. We ask that you also mute your devices until you're called on to speak. For those waiting online to speak, please make sure you call with the telephone number you originally registered with. Calling with a different number, you will not be able to speak on the item. We acknowledge the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. In accordance with Section 45 and 53 of the Planning Act 1990 as amended, this meeting of the Committee of Adjustment of the City of Toronto is called to order. The Committee of Adjustment considers applications for variances from the zoning bylaw, permission to extend or alter legal non-conforming uses, and consent to sever property to create new lots. Anyone who wishes to receive a copy of the decision must submit a written request for a decision by email. Please ensure that you include your name, address, and email address, because Committee of Adjustment and the TLAB will be sending notifications and appeal updates by email only. If you do not agree with the decision of the committee, decisions may be appealed to the Toronto local appeal body known as TLAB, or in some limited circumstances, to the Ontario Land Tribunal. Appeal instructions are set out at the bottom of the decision of the committee. The hearing procedure will be as follows. I will call each item in the order listed on the agenda. Where an application is uncontested, the agent or applicant will proceed with their presentation if required, and the committee may ask questions and/or take the matter directly for a decision. Each speaker, including the applicant agent, will be given a maximum of 5 minutes to address the committee. I will comment when the 5-minute mark is reached. When addressing the committee, please clearly state your name and address, and please remember to confine your remarks to the matters outlined in the application. The applicant or agent will proceed first and will make the presentation to the committee. Please note that the committee may not entertain revisions to proposals at the hearing today. The committee may decide to defer the application if substantially revised, to ensure the revised application is accurate and that all those entitled to receive a notice are informed of the changes. Then individuals, either in support or in opposition to the application, will be invited to speak. Committee members may ask questions of each speaker at the end of their presentation. When all speakers are finished, the applicant agent has the chance to address only those issues that were raised by the speakers. This will mark the end of the discussion, and the application will be taken to committee for a decision. Now, we have first for this afternoon session, any conflict of interest to declare, members or staff? None? Okay. Now, deferral request, we have a request here for item number 31. Item number 31, which is which is 22 Prestwick Crescent, application number 31. And here the agent is Okay. Mohsen Naderi, are you there?
Mr. Chair, we had a late register for the agent who's going to be Andrea.
She's now representing, yeah?
That's correct.
Okay. Andrea, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you please state your full name and address for us?
Yes, my name is Andre Grisolia, and I reside at 8 Freemet Crescent in Toronto, and I'm the authorized agent for the owners.
Thank you. So it said here you requested to defer. Could you please give us a short question why you're deferring the application?
Based on the staff report and the two letters from the neighbors regarding requesting that the most of all the deck and the height be revised. There's some substantial stuff there that we got to revise in order to make it more suitable for.
I see. So
for it to be acceptable by committee.
Okay, so it's for a possible revision, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let's see the other speakers, what they say. We have here Renata Lam. Are you there? Renata Lam?
Mr. Chair, I've reached out to this resident as I don't see them by name or by phone number provided. So
We'll hold it.
if they are on the line, then please sign in with your full name or by the phone number that you provided when you registered. Let's move on to the next resident.
Should we wait for no? Next one, okay? Karen Spears, are you there? Karen Spears.
Mr. Chair, I've also, I do see her.
Okay. Jill.
No, Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
Karen is on the line and
she's
she's
on the line.
unmuted.
Okay.
Yes, I am here, Mr.
Okay,
Speaker.
thank you. Thank you. Can you please state your name and address?
Yes, Karen Spears, 85 Cresthaven Drive. I reside directly behind 22 Prestwick.
Thank you. Now, you heard what's happening. The agent is asking for deferral for the possible revisions, which means we're not going to discuss it today if we defer it. Are you okay with that?
So I just want to be clear here because I am speaking to a resident that lives at number 20 who's an elderly person who's asked me to speak on his behalf. And that is Mr. Short. And I believe that he has written a letter to the city, the Committee of Adjustments as well. I didn't see it uploaded on with the including documents, but I did see number 24, the Bartlett family.
Okay, Ms.
So
Spears.
I just want to be clear here. So they're going to revise their application, okay, and their building permit to revise the height. The building height is of major concern, okay, which takes away all of the sunlight in our backyard.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, we're not going to go through the application or the height or whatsoever. All we have in front of us is to discuss it or not to discuss it. If we defer it, we're not going to discuss anything in that application, and you'll be advised when it's coming back for review, for hearing. Right now, all we're deciding is whether to defer it or discuss it today. So there is a reason.
I am fine with deferring.
Okay.
Now, how will I be notified? Will I be notified by mail or by email?
The staff usually sends the information, and the same way you received it today, receive it after. We don't deal with the mailing. The staff does. So you can check with the staff when is it coming back, because we don't know. They will decide when it fits. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Have
that's
a wonderful day.
you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jill Zakari, are you there?
Mr. Chair, we do have a Jill on the call, but unfortunately, they have not authorized the use of their microphone. I'm unable to unmute them at the moment.
Okay. So how about Renita Lam?
Renita has emailed me and informed me that she wishes to just view the hearing. She doesn't want to speak at the
okay.
hearing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So all we have now left is Jill, Jill Zakari. So what do you?
Jill, can you please log out of the hearing and log back in and make sure you authorize use of your microphone? And then, Mr. Chair, while we wait for Jill to make those corrections, we'll move on to the next deferral and then come back to this.
Okay. All right. So the next deferral is item number 40. Uh, 336 Sheldrake Boulevard, application number 240. And 40 here we have Jonathan Benskowski. Jonathan Benskowski, are you there? Mr. Benskowski, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, you're asking for a deferral of this application number 40, 336 Sheldrake. Could you please tell us the reason you're asking for deferral?
Yes. Although this is a addition on an existing house, additional area kind of outside of the bird's eye view or the exterior walls, TRCA is requesting some additional information for some retaining walls that are located at the rear of the property. I'm not in a position to be approved today or be refused and really have to go back to TRCA for a whole set of additional possible requirements. So I think to satisfy TRCA, I think it's prudent to request a deferral.
Very good. Okay, so deferral to address the concerns of the TRCA. All right, so members, we don't have anybody else registered here except for the agents who are asking for deferral in order to address the concerns, including the one from this TRCA. Can I have a motion, or unless you have a question, Mr. Bartolo?
No questions, Mr. Chair. I'll just put forward a motion to defer this file sine die to allow the applicant to coordinate with TRCA. Thank you.
Thank you. Second? Ms. Atarodi, seconding. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, sir, your application is deferred sine die, and you can check with the staff when it's coming back.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So that's number 40. So we go back to number 31, see if we're lucky. Okay, so that's Jill, yeah? Jill Shakari? Number 31.
Mr. Chair, we can't hear you. The voice is cut. We
Oh.
cannot hear you.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. Okay, so how about Jill? Jill Zakari. So I think we just move on. Should we just move on? Yeah, and this is only a deferral, so. Okay, members, we have a request here for number 1 to be deferred. Any, can I have a motion? Mr. Bartolo?
Mr. Chair, through you, I will put forward a motion to defer this application to allow the applicant to revise and resubmit. Thank you.
Okay,
Signing aye.
thank you.
I'll
Mr. Bartolo, second. Ms.
I'll
Atarodi?
second it.
Mr. Atarodi, seconding. All in favor? Okay, so unanimous. Sir, your application is deferred sine die. So check with the staff when it's coming back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we go back to the agenda, which is number. Okay, so number 23. Application number 23, which is 20 Tobruk Crescent, application number 23. And here we have 23. We have Ali Shakari. Are you there? Ali Shakiri?
Yes, sir. Ali Shakiri, 320.
Yeah, hi. Okay, we have
Good.
here this 23 application, 8 variances, staff reports just to be received for information only, and forestry. Okay, could you give us a small presentation about this location here, please?
Yes, sir. We're asking for 8 variances here. Variances number 2, 3, 4, and 6 are the irregular shape of the lot. Because of that irregular shape, we have had to ask for the front yard setback, side yard setback. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, could you go back again? You said number 2, 3, and what?
2, 3, 4, and 6 are dealing with the irregularity of the lot. Aside that, we are asking for the coverage and slightly increasing the height. So very usual variances for the.
Yeah.
I have no particular presentation, but I'd be happy to answer any question.
Okay, yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, you just were explaining the 2, 3, and 4. I thought you wanted to delete them. Okay. All right, so.
No, sir.
No,
I keep them.
Okay, so let's see, members, do you have any question? There is nobody else is online to speak. And all we have is staff reports sending for information and forestry only. If no questions, can I have a motion there, please? Mr. Bartolo?
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to note that we did, oh, sorry, my mistake.
Who's talking?
That's Kelly.
Oh.
My mistake.
We're in the middle of a, okay. Okay, the system today is playing tricks on us. Okay.
Are we okay? Is there some new information or?
No, just the system wasn't working properly, so don't worry about it. So you're in the middle of motion. Go ahead, please.
No problem. Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, in reviewing the comments and looking at the irregular shape of the lot, I tend to agree with the applicant. And I'm going to put forward a motion to approve this application subject to the conditions of the urban forestry memo.
Thank you. Second, Ms.
Can I have a friendly amendment? No, I would like to ask for a friendly amendment if Mr. Bartolo okay that we tie it to the site plan so that it explains the irregular shape of the site plan.
Yeah, I don't think it affects the application.
Okay, then I'll second it.
Okay, second. All in favor? Ms. Satarodi seconding. All in favor? Ms. Manning too. Thank you. So, sir, your application is approved, subject to the forestry condition, okay?
Thanks.
Number 24, which is 186 Wanless Avenue, application number 24. And here we have Richard Lebrock.
Mr. Chair, the area resident who wants to speak on this call is not on the call. I have contacted them. So do we want to hold this item while we allow them the opportunity to join us?
Okay, the applicant is
The area resident?
the area resident, okay. Okay, so we'll hold on this one, okay? Next is 25. Application number 25, which is 121 Devadale, application number 25. And here we have Leo Mestrandia. Are you there? Leo Mestrandia?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you please?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you please tell us your name and your address?
My name is Leo Mastandrea, and I'm the agent for 121 Dividel.
Oh,
But I was based on the report from planning recommending refusal, and based on all the letters of opposition, I was hoping I could defer this application so that we could speak to planning to try to address some of their concerns.
okay. Yeah, we did the deferrals before, and you didn't ask for it before, so it's okay. We haven't discussed it yet. We'll see. Let's wait for the. So you're asking for deferral in order to discuss with the planning what changes you can make. Okay. So let's see.
Yes, the reason why we didn't do it before is because it's existing. So I didn't think there was an opportunity, but then I spoke to my client and he's willing to give up some of these things.
Okay.
So that's why I want to request the deferral.
Okay, got it. We have here Susan Gray. Susan Gray, are you there? Susan Gray.
Mr. Chair, Susan was on the call, and at the moment, I cannot find her. So she must have left the meeting.
All right, so we'll go to Leo Mastrandia. Okay, members, we have a request for deferral of number 25, and they want to discuss with the planning as far as maybe some changes they may be making, and the one who was registered from the area is not around. So can I have a motion, please, for deferral? Mr. Bartolo?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I'll put forward a motion to defer this application to allow the applicant to revise and resubmit, and I'll make that sign today.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Ms. Satarodi, all in favor? Okay, thank you. Unanimously, sir, your application is deferred, and you can check with the staff when it's coming back.
Thank you.
Okay, now, the other one is that Michael Zimmerman?
Mr. Chair, we have contacted Michael, and he is unable to speak, so he's foregoing his rights to speak at the hearing.
I'm sorry, he's what?
He's foregoing his rights to speak at the hearing because he's busy at the moment.
Okay, so we go back, Mr. Lebrock, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Richard Lebrock, are you there? Mr. Lebrock, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. This is for
Oh, excellent.
186 Wanless,
Yes.
three-story. You have 7 variances. The staff report is recommending to refuse it. And there is forestry and 1 letter of objection. Could you please tell us what's the merit of this application?
Yes, for sure. My name's Richard Lebrock, 3414 Yonge Street. And I believe this application has merit. We spoke with the neighbors immediately adjacent. I believe this gentleman, Michael, is the resident directly to the east, if I'm not correct. So both of the neighbors directly west and east of us have no objection to the proposal. What I'd like to point out, you have a submission from me and a number of exhibits. If the monitor could please bring up exhibit number 2. I'd appreciate that. And while they are finding exhibit 2 from our submission, I wanted to change some of the variances in advance of talking a little bit. So the variance changes that we wish to make are number 1, reduced to 11.74. Number 2, reduced to 11.74. Number 4, reduced to 0.95. And number 7, reduced to 11.68. Were you able to get the exhibit up for me, please? I'm sorry, exhibit 1 first, please. That's the cross section. Can you turn that? Thank you. So I read the staff report very carefully, and they're focusing on height and density. I want to talk and address their concerns about height. This diagram, which was prepared for this hearing, describes how the design anticipates, the height, and how, from points of view of the street perspective, one cannot see the height that we're seeking at all. In fact, the point at which it intersects the front of the house is 10 meters in this diagram. So our reduction today of 1 meter means that what people can actually see at the front of the house as they walk by is a 9-meter height. And I wanted to point out, so you can see that the story about that, if you can zoom in, it says, I can read it from my drawing, that third level is 20'6" setback from the front. So one can't actually discern this massing whatsoever. When we submit our documentation, they're 2-dimensional documents, and the height is clearly describing what is being requested here. The planner who analyzed this proposal took as their point of reference the side elevation drawing. And I don't think that drawing is fair in isolation without looking at the other drawings, the plan and the other plan, at the front, the roof plan and the front elevation. What those plans describe is that third level is set back on the west side 3'6" and on the east side 5'3" as well. So our neighbors on each side don't object to this proposal. They have not submitted any letters of objection, and so on and so forth. If we can look at exhibit 2, please, the perspectives that I prepared. In particular, the next one, please. Just the next, yes, that one, thank you. So with this reduction that we're proposing of 1 meter, the actual geodetics, you don't have to memorize this, but the geodetic on the house to the west of us is 174.25. The geodetic at the top of the roof to the east is 174.9. Ours is actually now, with the revision, 174.14. So in fact, what we are proposing, which is discernible from the street, is actually less than our adjacent neighbors. So really, I don't have much more to present other than to say that I believe that while planning, and I respect their analysis of its height being higher than they would like to see, the fact of the matter is, through design, we have managed to provide that density, and it is not discernible from the street, and therefore I feel is appropriate development and does not have impact such that it has deleterious effects on the neighborhood. In fact, I feel it's appropriate through design development for the area.
That's it?
Well, until I have questions, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any question for this speaker? Ms.
Just a
Atarodi?
clarification. Yes, just I would like to get a clarification. Apart from variance number 1, 2, and variance number 7, which other variance you modified and what was the new number?
Number 7.
The 1, 2, and 7 refer to the height.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the density,
And number
which I don't believe is a very good indicator at all of the architecture that's being presented here. But we reduced it from 0.98 to 0.95. And the thinking there was we would even set that third floor back even further to make sure that there is no perception of this, which is the main reason why I think planning is saying it's not appropriate, but you can't actually see it. And to analyze it from a side elevation in isolation, I feel is not looking at the whole picture.
And would you also explain the variance number 3? You asked for the building depth of 22.07 versus the 17 meter.
Yeah, sure. Could you please pull up the site plan? So the site plan is measured, if you can see the footprint of this proposal with respect to the neighbors. The actual habitable area above grade is 19 meters, which is not a vast difference. The difference is what is below it in the basement. And because we take measurements of things even below ground and above first floor, that is, so the additional length is due to that covered porch and the basement below it.
Which is how much?
Which is 3 additional meters. And we, in our submission, we have plenty of evidence to show that this length is really not anything unusual in terms of being approved. The staff are not identifying the length here. We don't have side yard variances, we don't have front yard variances, and we don't have a rear yard variance. And so my contention is that the neighbors who are most affected by this property would object if they felt it was inappropriate development. They do not object to it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lebrock, the member asked you originally what are changes beside 1, 2, and 4. You explained them, but you didn't mention number 7. I thought you said number 7, you're changing it to 11.68.
I did. No, I did. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I misunderstood the question.
11.65. Yeah. You said you
So
changed.
one is reduced. Yes.
You said you're changing
Number 7 is also. Yes. Number 7 is also reduced to 11.68.
68. Okay, that's another change.
Yes. So it's dropped 1 full meter. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other question?
Thank you.
I just want to be clear on what the FSI is. Was it 0.95 that I heard?
Yes.
Any other question? If not, can I have a motion there, please? Anyone for a motion? Ms. Atarodi?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with the following modification. Variance number 1, the proposed height of the building is 11.74 meter. Number 2, the proposed height of the side exterior main wall facing the side lot line is 11.74. Variance number 4, the FSI is 0.95. And variance number 7, the proposed building height is 11.68. And I also would like to tie it to the site plan. So the development be substantially according to the site plan drawing.
Okay, and you're okay with forestry as well?
Of course, and subjected to urban forestry report.
Thank you.
Okay.
Second, Mr. Bartolo seconding, all in favor? Okay, thank you, you're unanimous. Sir, your application is approved unanimously, subject to those changes you made and forestry and attached to site plan.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So that's 24, 25 was. Okay. Application number 26, which is 28 McCord Road, application number 28. And here we have the agent, or he didn't register, is still the agent Farhani? It said here Farhad Farhani. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's my mistake. It's Sharon Crisor, yeah. I was looking at 28. Okay, Miss Sharon Crisor, are you there?
Please do not mute and unmute yourselves, all of the participants. Please make sure that you just allow staff to do that. Because
Okay, hi, it's Sharon Creaser. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay.
Sharon Creaser.
You're on.
I am on a satellite connection, so there is a delay. Sorry about that. It's
Okay.
Sharon Creaser.
Okay, so please help us. Could you
Okay.
please state your address, your own address?
Yes, 10201 Yonge Street, Suite 201, Richmond Hill, Ontario.
Thank you.
L4C 3B2.
Thank you. Okay, we have here just a rear story addition with one variance. Hold a second. Do we need the presentation here? No. Okay, we don't need any presentation. Do you want to add something, or we move straight to committee?
I am just here for questions. I think it's a very simple variance.
Thank you.
So I'm ready for any questions you may have.
Thank you. Can I have a motion there, please, Ms. Tarodi?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair. It's a very straightforward application. I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with no condition.
Thank you. Second? Ms. Manning, seconding. All in favor? Okay. So your application is approved with no conditions. So you made a good presentation.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 27, which is 46 Vanderhoof Avenue, application number 27. So, and here we have Manuel Gillen. Are you there?
I'm here, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to all the members of the committee.
Just please state your full name and address for us.
Yes, I'm Manuel Gillen of 30 Bertrand Avenue in Scarborough. I'm here as the authorized agent on behalf of the owners.
Thank you. We have two more speakers here for this application, so please give us a short presentation as to the merits of your application, and then we'll call them. We have here 8 variances for some additions. Staff report is indicating that you want to make some changes, and there is a condition that the roof terrace will be used for maintenance only, and there is a forestry condition, and we have 3 letters of opposition. So please make your presentation and cover the change that you told to the staff you want to do.
Sure. So before I begin, as you mentioned, I would like to make a small amendment to the application that's regarding variance number 3. And as for the staff recommendations, we're changing the lot coverage from 45.96% down to 41%.
Right. Okay.
So I have a small presentation that I submitted. I don't know if it's
Mr.
handy,
Chair,
but
did he
it's
just make
not.
changes?
Yeah.
Did he just make changes?
He said he's changing the number 3 from 45.96 to 41%. That's what he said, and that is in line with the staff recommendation. Yeah, 41%, yeah. So, sir, what was your question?
Sorry, I just had a small presentation that I was
Yeah,
not sure if it was able to be brought up.
Yes, go ahead, please. Make your
Okay, so 46 Vanderhoop, just to give you some oversight, it's currently a one-story bungalow, quite typical of the area, and our clients purchased this property with the intent of maximizing the existing footprint of said bungalow. The intent of the project is fairly straightforward, and it involves converting an existing attached garage into a living space in the main floor, and subsequently adding a second story, which would take up partially the new footprint on the main floor. In addition, we're also proposing a detached single-car garage located at the north side of the property, where there currently is an existing shed. The overall design intent has been crafted to blend in with the architectural aesthetics and the character of the area. If the staff could kindly turn to the next slide, we will see a site plan illustrating the existing footprints on the lot, and highlighted in green are the proposed additions to the footprint. As for my conversations, we're switching down the lot coverages down to 41%. And we could achieve this by way of reducing the proposed footprint on the detached garage by 1 foot along its current width, and also by removing the proposed deck in its entirety, and finally by shifting the north wall on the main floor by approximately 1 foot to reduce the required square footage. On the next slide, you can see my description illustrated in a way that now represents the lot coverage. So what you see in purple highlights now shows the new proposed footprint on both the house and the garage, and the red highlighted areas now show where we would like to make the amendment of the proposal that is currently on file with the committee. Addressing specifically on the next slide, I'm talking a little bit about the variances. And if you could kindly go on to the next slide, I'm addressing variances number 1 and number 8. On the left side of your presentation, you will see that these variances are being triggered by us changing the shape of the existing canopy over the side entrance door, and that's triggering variances number 1 and 8. Variance number 6 was triggered by a non-conforming condition that was picked up by a surveyor's report, and it involves a very minor encroachment from the neighboring property at 44 Vanderhoop. The encroachment is just inches, but it's being picked up given that it's technically inside our property, but it's the neighbor's garage. On the next slide, there is the proposal of a green roof that we are triggering variances number 5 and 7. These variances obviously involve one of the main features of this project, and our goal is to create an extensive green roof, which is hidden within parapet walls inside the aesthetics of a hip roof, making the green roof not visible from street view. The advantages of having a green roof are quite numerous, both for the community and the occupants, and you can actually see a small list just highlighting some of them. And specifically talking about the variances that involve creating this green roof, we would like to incorporate a maintenance staircase from the rooftop balcony on the second floor to be able to access the green roof regularly for maintenance purposes only, such as seeding, de-weeding, and obviously assembly repairs. In order to provide a safe access and landing area for this staircase, we're requesting variance number 5, which involves a rooftop balcony on the second floor that is 12.2 meters. Also, because the proposal of this fixed staircase for maintenance purposes, the roof has been considered as a platform by the zoning examiner, also triggering variances number 5 and number 7. In short conclusion, this presentation expresses our views of why we consider this minor variance minor in nature. We humbly consider that the tests as per the Planning Act have been met in this proposal, and that the overall intent of the project will be beneficial to the community. I'd be more than glad to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back to you. We have 2 more speakers here. Delfin Shortell, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Could you please state your name and address?
Yes, I'm the across neighbor on 41 Vanderhoof Avenue. My name is Delfin Shortell.
And okay. And could you tell, you heard the applicant, could you tell us what's your concern about this application?
Okay, so my concern actually has nothing to do with the construction or the variances. I have a medical condition Yes, you can laugh. I have a medical concussion. I have a severe tinnitus. I have a very, very bad concussion, and I do not sleep. And I was wondering if, I believe the construction started at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm wondering if it is possible to push it back to 8:30. Because it's absolutely hell. It's been hell for me since September. And I don't want to do anything to those lovely people who are going to come across and live with us. I'm not against any variances. I just suffer a lot and can't sleep. And I have ringing in the head for 15 years. And I'm asking for simply being able to switch that starting date from 7 to 9 or 7 to 8:30.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Unfortunately, you're in the forum that we have nothing to do with it. Here, we have a number of variances, and we decide on the variances, where they start, where they finish, how they construct, how they build. It's the enforcement, the building department, and the building permit, not us. If they didn't have these variances here, they wouldn't come to us, and you wouldn't be here. So that one has nothing to do with us. So
how come I was put on that meeting? How come Chris Pereira put me in the meeting in that case? Because he knew about my issues.
Yeah, we look at the variances, and if you have any concern about the variance, we'll adjust it, and we'll decide on it. As far as the construction and when they start and think, unfortunately, it's not that it's not important. It's not us. I think you should.
So where do I go? Okay, that's fine. Where do I go to be able to
I think you should call the building department, and they know about the application, and tell them your concern, not us.
Building department. Do you have a phone number?
What do you think, Mr. Is it building department? Here
It's likely building department. If they wanted to email our general committee of adjustment email address, we can perhaps help her out.
They can give it to you. Okay.
So can you give it to me now?
It's coa.ny. Is that it?
Oh, is it Chris Pereira?
Hold on. Okay. Actually, you know what? We'll have a staff member email it to you. We have your contact information.
You have my email. Okay. Thank you very much. Because I already emailed Chris Pereira. He's aware of my situation and my issues.
Okay. Thank you. And
thank you very much.
Thank you. So that's the next one is John Deans. Are you there? John Deans.
Mr. Chair, John is unmuted. So John, if you are present, this is your opportunity to speak.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Could you please state your name?
Okay.
Just tell us your name and address for us, please.
Sure. It's John Deans, 44 Vanderhoof Avenue.
Thank you. So you heard the applicant with his presentation. Could you tell us what's your concern about his proposal?
So in the document I submitted, point number 6, I believe the presenter touched on it, but if he could just go back and repeat what he was saying about the encroachment, which is coming from 44 Vanderhoof Avenue, and the implication of that for their proposal.
Very good. Fair. Any other one, or just that one? Any other?
The other point was, yes, the other point was documented number 5 regarding the aesthetics of the platform, which provides access to the rooftop maintenance, and whether it is within the sphere of this committee to comment on the actual design of that variance where it's been requested.
Okay, so we'll have the agent respond to those questions. Okay. We don't have any other speaker here, so Mr. Gillen, could you come back and address the concerns of Mr. Deans? Manuel Gillen, are you still there?
1 second, Chair.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Oh.
Could you please address the concern of this gentleman,
Sure.
Demas?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick parenthesis there, and just to let Delphine know, the previous person as well, regarding her issues. We also represent the builder, so I would pass along the information regarding her condition as a request to starting at 8:30 a.m. Now, as per John's concerns regarding point number 5, I believe, that is for the platform and the aesthetics of it, for sure. My clients are more than open to work with them to something that's a little bit more suitable. We know that having a staircase on the exterior portion of a house might not be the most common aesthetics around in the area. However, as mentioned, this is required for us as for maintenance purposes. Now, we will work closely with building department as well, just to minimize the footprint of said staircase. As of now, because we haven't engaged into an actual building permit application, we can't comment on the building code allowances for a spiral staircase, if that's going to be something that's going to be allowed to have in there to reduce the footprint and also maximize his actual sunlight into this area. And also the railings and the guards that would be in both the staircase and surrounding this platform would be glass to maximize natural daylight. And the staircase would also be non-conventional in terms of having open risers, so that it also allows for certain transparency there. Because I know that was one of his concerns, which they addressed with us previously. And also regarding the encroachment of the framed garage, as you can see on the site plan there, it was picked up by the surveyor's report that we had done. And it's just that minor encroachment of 1.17 meters regarding of how it goes into the platform. So basically, it's something that if it wouldn't be encroaching into the property by a couple of inches, this wouldn't be something that is being picked up by a variance.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions for this gentleman? No? Okay, can I have a motion then, please? Mr. Tarodi?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with the following changes. Variance number 3, as a lot coverage is now 41% as per applicant request and the staff recommendation. And also I would like to tie it to that one condition recommended by the city staff, that the rooftop terrace use be restricted for only maintenance purposes related to the green roof. And forestry.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Forestry.
I think that's it.
Yeah, you covered it pretty well. Very good. Second. Can I have second? Ms. Manning, second. All in favor? Okay, thank you. So, sir, your application is approved based on the subject to the change you made and the condition of the staff to the roof terrace and condition of forestry.
Great, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, you too. Okay, number 28, which is 254 Florence Avenue, application number 28, and here we have Farhad Farhani. Farhad Farhani, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please
good
state
evening.
your name and address for us.
Yep. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and committee members. My name is Farhad Farahani. I reside at 175 Florence Avenue, and I'm the agent on behalf of the owners of 254 Florence Avenue. I'm happy to answer if there is any concern.
Thank you. So we have here a new dwelling, 3 variances. Staff report has only a condition to attach to east and west elevation drawings, and that's it. No other condition, no other people talking. So do we need any presentation? No? Okay. Sir, we do not need any presentation. Do you want to add something before we move to committee for decision?
No, I don't
No.
have anything to add.
Okay, thank you. All right, so if no question, can I have a motion then? Ms. Atarodi?
So through you, Mr. Chair, I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with just one staff condition, that the proposal be developed substantially according to east elevation and west elevation drawing attached to this report number 1 and 2, and that's all.
That's it, thank you. Second? Ms. Manning, all in favor? Okay, thank you. So, sir, your application is unanimously approved, subject to that staff condition.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Number 29, which is 84 Fairley Crescent, application number 29. And here we have Drew Laszlo. Oh, Mr. Laszlo.
Good afternoon.
Hi, you're second time, you become regular here, huh?
I'm trying.
Trying. Okay, we have this is a, yeah, I think you already said it, but just could you please repeat the name and address, because we record it in every application.
Of course, I'm Drew Laszlo, agent for the owner. Address is 3317 Young Street.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a two-story dwelling, three variances. Staff condition only to develop per site plan, and 8 letters of support. Do we need any presentation? No? Okay. Sir, we don't need any presentation here. Can we move to the decision, or you want to say something?
No, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Satarodi?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, it's a very straightforward application. I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with no condition.
Thank you. Second? Oh, just second. There was a condition to developer site
I
plan.
was going to make a friendly amendment to attach it to the conditions of the site
Site
plan
plan, yes.
as per planning.
Are you okay with that? Thank
Yes,
you.
definitely.
Thank
Thank you.
So second is Ms. Manning? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that's all. There is the 2 of them. Okay, Mr. Laszlo, your application is approved, subject to just that condition of the staff per site plan.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, number 30, which is a 12 Milton Grove application number 30, and this is Andrei Golovnia. Are you there?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to note that the agent did not register to speak, but they have informed me that a Nikita will be speaking in their place.
Okay, what's the name?
Nikita.
Mekia.
Nikita.
Oh, Mekita. Okay, Mekita, are you there?
Yeah, hello everyone.
Okay, can you please state your name and address for us?
Hi everyone again. My name is Nikita Matsarsky, and I'm speaking on behalf of the owners of the property located at 12 Mountain Grove Street.
Okay, now this is a new dwelling. We have 5 variances. Transportation report asks for deferral to update site plan. Could you please cover that subject and tell us what's going on?
Actually, we have 4 variances. I assume you're just looking maybe at the old waiver because we eliminated one of the variances. We have 2 variances related to the height of the building. We do not think that those 2 variances related to the height should cause any problems because the numbers are not very significant. For example, the maximum permitted height for a building is 7.2 and the proposed is 8. And also there is the old zoning bylaw, which causes the second variance related to the height again. And it says that the permitted is 8 and the proposed is 8.35 meters. The other two variances are related to the lot coverage and the driveway width. The lot coverage, the permitted maximum is 30%, and we have 32. We also think that this seems minor as well. Regarding the driveway width, the permitted maximum is 3.35 meters, and we have 6 meters. But when we worked with the planning department, they said that this should be fine because we used permeable pavement for this driveway.
Okay. Are you through? We have, if you finished, I thought you mentioned the one I have in front of me has 5 variances, and you said there was 4. Are you changing anything there?
No, we're not changing. Like, I remember we had 5 variances before, and we eliminated one of them. And the last waiver we sent to the Committee of Adjustment, and I believe it was uploaded to the portal too. It has 4 variances.
So which one was eliminated? Could you tell me, because I have 5 here? Which one was eliminated?
So like you have that one that is shown on the screen right now? Yeah, there are 4 variances. I believe there is just a typo. There is no like variance number 3. It says 1, 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, there is just a typo, I think.
Just 4, huh?
Yeah, just 4. Yeah, it just says 1, 2, 4, 5 because there was the third one and we eliminated it, and we just forgot to change the numbers.
Well, okay. Could you now let me understand this. Here there was a variance number 4. Okay, that's the driveway. So could you please help me out, and let's go one by one for your 4, because I have some conditions here. Number 1 is asking for the heights. What are you changing anything there?
No.
No. Number 2, 30 and 32%.
No.
Okay. Number 3.
We eliminated this one.
Oh, eliminated. Okay, they didn't say that. Okay, so and 4 and 5 remain as is?
Yeah, the same.
Very good, thank you. Okay, members, number 3, which dealt with the semi-detached, the proposed front yard landscaping, that was eliminated, so they have only 1, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Number 30, I don't have anybody else listed here. So do you have any question? Could we show the members there, please?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Okay.
It's
sure.
Regarding the driveway width, that the transportation, as you mentioned, request for deferral. So I understand that the city staff mentioned it's fine, but it doesn't affect the right of way of the city at the street. Like, is it okay? Because a lot of time in this situation, they just tape down the driveway. So wherever it gets to the street, some applicant reduce the width.
Well, actually, originally, like the width of the driveway was even like bigger than what we're proposing right now. So like, I believe that like working with the planning department, like we improved this as much as we could, and again, the main concern was well, but that was from the planning department. The main concern they had was about storm water management. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
Number 30, which is the it's now it's 4 variances. The transportation report asks for deferral just to update the site plan. Are you working on that?
Yeah,
Okay, just updating the site plan. Okay, any other question? No? Can I have a motion, please? Are we ready for motion? Ms. Atarodi wanted to make a motion?
Okay, I can make a motion, but I still have concern about the transportation. So I would like to defer the application so that the applicant have a chance to submit the updated drawing to the transportation.
Okay. Do you have a second? Okay. Unanimous. Okay. Miss Manning seconding the motion to defer. What's his name, Mr. Mikita? Your application is being deferred, so you can have the chance to update the site plan as requested by the transportation report. So you have to check with the staff when is your thing coming back. And Ms. Atarodi, is that Sunny Day, right? Yes? Yeah, Sunny Day, that means you have to check with the staff when the application will come back, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That's number 30. No. 31 was finished, and 32 was finished. Application number 32, which is 109 Hounslow Avenue. Application number 32. And here we have Longley. Are you there? Do we still have the agent there or somebody else instead?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Longley.
I'm Longley.
Yeah.
Yes, Longley at 30 Wendolin Avenue, right?
Thank
I'm
you.
speaking for 109 house now.
And what's your address? Your own address?
38 Wendolin Avenue.
Okay. Now, we have here, this here we have a two-story dwelling, 8 variances, and staff report they asked to modify variance number 2, 4, and 5, otherwise to refuse it. That's the recommendation. Could you please tell us what you want to modify it to?
Okay, can you show me the sidewalk for the variance number 2, Chris? So for sidewalk number for variance number 2, we have a sidewalk of 8 meters, right? For the elevation, side elevation. We have 8 meter for the sidewalk. In the staff, it noted 8.11 meter. That's including the parapet, the front and the back parapet. Yes, zoom in here. In the bottom, yes. So for the sidewalk right here, we have 8 meter. Actually 7.96 from the grade to the eaves, right? But the staff is noting that it's 8.11. That's including the parapet in the front and the back of the house.
Sorry for interrupting. Do you mean that you're changing variance number 2 to 8 meter? Or it's...
It is already 8 meter that we have at 8 for the sidewall.
So then, but the number we have is 8.11, 8.11.
They including the parapet in the front and the back, the parapet wall.
Okay,
Right.
Mr. Long, could you help us, please? Go over the application, all the variances, and tell us which one you want to change, and we change it to. And that's we'll have to make a decision on it after we hear the.
Okay.
So tell us number.
Okay,
the
so-
number.
Fine, we can, so the staff report number 2, 4, and 5 for the variance. Okay, I can
Right.
make that
Right. So you want to change number 2 to what?
to 8 meters.
8 meters. Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, can you show me the site plan? It's already upon, we already addressed that. Can you show me the site plan?
Number 4 is the proposed is 1.26 meters.
So from at the edge of the roof drop to the property line, we have 0.74 meters here.
Yeah,
Right.
excuse me, could you please help us without going to the details and the explanation? Just tell us what you're changing and what you don't. Number 2, you're changing it to 8 meter. And number 4, do you want to change anything, yes or no?
No.
No, okay. Number 5, you want to change anything or no?
It is 4 and 5. It's the same. It's the side eavesdrop, both left side and right side. I mean, I can make the amendment to make the eavesdrop smaller, right?
Yeah, don't ask us question what if you want to do it. You said number
Sure,
two,
sure, I can
you
change
said
it.
number 2, you're changing to 8 meters. Number 4, you don't want to change anything. Number 5, are you changing something? Yes
Number
or
4,
no?
we can change it to, how about 1.2?
Number 4,
For
you
1
change
meter?
it to 1.2, okay? And number 5?
Yeah, same. It's the 4 and 5 is the same.
1.2.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, here's the changes that he's proposing. Number 2 is changing to 8 meters, number 4 is changing to 1.2 meters, and number 5 is changing to 1.2 meters. So please go ahead and make your presentation so we can call the other residents to see what their concern is.
That's only my request. I honestly don't have a presentation. Okay?
You have nothing
Those are
else?
the minor. No.
You don't have anything else. Okay. So we have here Harold Oslo, or on behalf of Zelma Oslo. Are you there?
Mr. Chair, I have contacted this resident, and they said they no longer want to speak anymore.
They don't want to. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me comment that he called me earlier, and then I already addressed his concern, right? He's just afraid that the eavesdrop or the downspout, it's diverted the water away from the property to his
Okay, that's
driveway.
okay. That's okay. So could you please allow us to hear the other ones? Now, we had Harold and on behalf of Zelma Oslo, but we have also another name Oslo, which is Arnold. Is that a different one?
Hi, hello. I'm the other son, and I was the concern that the owner referenced was the same concern. We just wanted to make sure that the drainage was, not flowing onto our property, which it sounds like it won't be an issue.
Hold on. Are you Arnold Oslo?
Yes.
Yeah, and your address is
Yes.
41?
41 Washburn Avenue South.
Well, no, I swear about it. Thank you. So, could you please tell us what's your concern here?
No, our concern, is, as the owner mentioned, was we just want to ensure that the drainage didn't flow onto our property from the east side. We now understand that there's going to be eavesdrops and that the water won't be flowing towards our house. So we're fine with that.
Okay, yeah, that's a good concern. And unfortunately, we don't deal with the drainage here. That is being addressed at the building department, and they'll have to submit a permit. At the permit department, they will address all those concerns as far as the water and the runoffs and all that stuff. So here, we're just looking at the variances, okay? So, thank you. We have here Chang Kun Lei. Are you there?
Mr. Chair, this resident also does not want to speak.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we don't have anybody who spoke here, basically. Mr. Longley,
Yes.
We have, yeah, the two gentlemen who were there. The only one he was talking about something else, the runoffs. So
Yep.
we'll see what the committee has, if they have any question. Miss Manning, yeah?
Yeah, so the changes that you've told us are number 2 to 8 meters and number 4 and 5 to 1.2 meters.
Yes.
But planning's comments indicate that you stated that changes would be made to 7.96 meters for number 2 and
That's right.
to 1.06 meters for number 4 and 5.
Oh, 1.06. 1.06. Okay.
Yes, and they recommended that those variances be denied if those changes aren't made. Can you explain the difference between the changes that you stated would be made and the changes that you stated today instead?
Oh, that means I just need to make the side roof more narrow, right? I have no issue with that with the changes. So I will address this change and submit for building permit.
So you're changing number 2 to what?
I'm changing number 2, number 4, and number 5.
To what? Go ahead.
Okay, so number 2 to 8 meters, which is 7.96 meter. It's already noted on the drawings. And number 4 and 5 to 1.06 for the EAP projection.
So originally you said 1.2, now you say 1.06.
Yeah. I go with the staff report 1.06. So the staff report recommend me to go 1.06. I go with that.
Okay, very good.
Mr. Chair, can I verify variance 2? What did he change it to?
1.06.
No, variance 2.
Yeah, he wants to do it in line with.
7.96.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
7.96.
7.96.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
number 2.
Well, I wasn't sure because I kept hearing 8.
Yeah. No, he originally said 8 meters, and then after the question, he came back to 7.96. And number 4 is 1.06, and number 5 is
Correct.
1.06. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's the roof projections.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Manning is a very good question. Good stuff. So, any other question? No? Okay. Can I have a motion then, please? One of you? Yeah, please.
To you, Mr. Chair, a motion to approve this application, subject to the recommendations of planning.
The changes he just mentioned, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Second, Mr. Tarodi, and all in favor. So, sir, your application is approved, subject to those changes which are in line with the staff. Number 2, 7.96. Number 4 is 1.06, and number 5 is 1.06. So,
Thank you.
Okay, good luck. Number 33, which is 21 Dinnick Crescent, application number 33. And here we have Laith El-Bahrani.
Yes, Laith El-Bahrani.
Hi, could you please?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Could you please repeat your name there and give us your own address?
Yes, my name is Laith El-Bahrani. I'm the architect and the agent, and my address is 7300 Young Street, Suite 406.
Okay. This is a new dwelling, 2 variances. There's nothing else. Members, do we need any presentation here?
No.
No. Okay, sir, we don't need any presentation, and we'll move to the decision if you don't have anything to add. Do you want to add something?
Sure, no, I'm good. Thank you.
No? Okay. Can I have a motion then, please?
Yes.
Mr. Tarodi, yeah?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, it's very straightforward. I put forward a motion to approve this application with no condition.
Thank you. Second, Ms. Manning. Okay. Sir, your application is approved with no conditions.
Thank you very much.
Number 34, which is 60, cobblestone application number 34. And this is Joseph Battaglia. Are you there?
How do I join?
Mr. Battaglia, are you there? We don't hear you. You're cutting off.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Now we hear you, and you were cutting off before. Could you please repeat your name and address?
Joseph, can you please stop muting yourself? Please allow staff to be responsible for muting and unmuting you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Joe Battaglia. I'm at 1050 McNichol Avenue in Scarborough.
Thank you. Okay. Here we have a new dwelling, two variances and one letter of concern. Now we have one more speaker here, and staff, is the Lou here there? She's there, the Gia Yanko Finlu. Is she online?
Mr. Chair, the area resident was on the call, but it appears that they have left.
They have left. Okay. So we have just okay. So we have just you here, and this is a new dwelling. The coverage is from 30 to 35%, and one letter of concern. So the person who was here no longer here. And do you want to give us a very short presentation as to the merit of this application?
We're only asking for two variances. One is the side yard setback from 1.8 to 1.52, and the other one is the variance in coverage from 30% to 35%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we feel that the variances are minor in nature and meet the four tests of the planning. I ask the committee to approve.
Yeah, and you consider 35 as minor. What is it in the area? What's regular in the area?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's regular in the area. Wouldn't be able to answer that.
That's a
maybe your
well, that's a question.
Maybe your staff.
Yeah, well, you say 30%, and we're asking 35. It's only one variance. Well, one variance could be 32, could be 31, could be 38, could be 40. But you say just one variance. We see one variance, but what that coverage is, I don't know. Staff, do we have any record of what's in the area? No, we don't. Yeah. Okay, so we don't know what's the area. Sometimes the agent comes up with a list of what was approved in the area. Here we don't have it. So let's see what the members are saying. Members, we have one variance for the lot coverage. We have two variances altogether, and the person who was listed here is no longer here. So we have no more speakers. Do you have any question?
I don't have any questions. Is the other speaker maybe trying to reconnect, or will they not be reconnecting?
Who's that? What's your question?
Just that the neighbor was connected.
She's no longer here. She left.
Ms. Manning, just to clarify, they were on the call earlier in the day, and it appears that they have left the call. I have tried to contact them to reach out to find out if they are trying to rejoin, but they have not responded back to that.
Yeah. This has happened all the time, many times. They register, but then they don't show up, or they decide not to stay. So based on what we have in front of us, there is two variances, and nobody else to speak.
Okay, I guess I'll ask a question then. I know the maximum lot coverage is 30%, and you're asking for 35. Is that in keeping with the neighborhood?
That was the question I asked him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
If you're talking about streetscape, if you're talking about streetscape, no one will notice whether it's
No,
that much more.
No, not
It's the, you know, you're talking about how it fits into the neighborhood. So that's the streetscape. And so that we feel that, yeah, it should fit in the direction things are going in terms of neighborhood upgrades or improvements, whatever. So this is what we agree or what we think is appropriate for the development of the area.
Well, we have 35, he's asking 35%, so we have to make a decision and move on. He doesn't have the records of the what was approved in the area. He thinks that the streetscape fits okay, so it's up to us.
I don't have any other questions.
Okay, Mr. Tarodi, can you move a motion? Okay, Ms. Manning.
Okay, given the percentages and that there's no objection from planning, I'm going to make a motion to approve the application with no conditions.
There is no condition. Second, do I have a second? No? Okay. And opposed? Miss Tarodi is opposing. Okay, so I'll have to make a decision. I have to agree with Miss Manning. No, we have nobody here. We don't know what the records of what's approved in the area. In some areas, we do for sure. It doesn't go beyond 32%. In this case, we don't know what's in the area, so we have to decide on what's in front of us. So I move to join the motion for the application, and we approve the application. So, sir, your application is approved, and there is no condition.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Number 35, which is 60 Alexandra Wood, application number 35. And here we have Aida Evangelista. Are you there?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members. Ida Evangelista on behalf of the owners for 60 Alexandra Wood.
60 Alexandra. Okay.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, longer than we expected.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have here a new dwelling with 12 variances, and staff report is asking to reduce number 5 and number 6. So could you please tell us what changes would you like to make?
Yes, I will, Mr. Chair. So we have worked with planning staff, and the plans that you have in front of you, along with my submission where I outline what the variances are, those are the newly revised plans. So planning wanted us to increase our front yard setback, which we did. That said, variance number 5, our front yard setback is now 6.20.
Okay. Next.
So we've increased it. Okay. So variance 5 is 6.20. Variance number 6 has been brought down. Lot coverage is now 40%.
Okay.
Okay. And variance number 8, which is the length of our building, is being reduced to 19.44.
Oh, okay, 1944. Okay, it's close.
Okay,
it's
right.
Well, it's close. Yeah. They said reduced from 20. It said reduced from 2088 to 19 meters. So you say 19.44. Okay, all right.
Right, and I'll explain why that is. So, 19.44. The 0.44 is for a small pop out at the back of the dwelling. But the majority of the dwelling is 19 meters in length, but to the rear pop out, it's 19.44. So we have met what staff, it did take some time to, do the redesign and the back and the forth. But at the end of the day, the staff report was written. She was satisfied that we did make the changes. So that being said, we have no opposition. And that being said, I respectfully submit that the application that you have in front of you now does meet the 4 tests. And as you see through the submission that I did make, it does fit into, the neighborhood. It's an eclectic neighborhood with different sizes, designs, lot sizes, lot patterning. So I do respectfully submit that this does fit the character of the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you. All right, so members, yes, Ms. Manning?
Yes, I'm wondering if there's anything in regards to variance number 9.
Did you have a question?
Yes, I'm wondering if there's any comment in regards to variance number 9.
Oh, the member is asking about number 9.
Right. So variance number 9, where the dwelling depth is 20 meters. So we wanted to confer with zoning staff, and the reason why I'm not amending that, and it will be amended just as of right, because we have now, it will go on record that our front yard setback has been increased to 620, and our length is now reduced to 19.44. So it will automatically be reduced as of right. I cannot. We tried to get in touch with zoning because we wanted to find out what the required front yard setback, or what the front yard setback that he had determined, and that we weren't able to get that information in time for today. However, I do really would like to state and implore that due to our front yard setback, our length, it will automatically, I'm sure it will be a variance that will be removed, but it will correct itself when we're going through and go back to building permits.
Okay. So in the meantime, the only changes are number 5, 6, and 8. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay. Any other?
So question.
Yeah.
Yes. If to you, Mr. Chair, if you're sure that during the process, because you modify the other variance, this building depth from 20 meter will be 19, so means eliminated. Why you're not eliminating it right now?
Through you, Mr. Chair, member, as you know, when we're making these changes on the floor, if there's a slight error, it becomes problematic when we're submitting for building permit. This is not something that we want to risk and take that chance. The zoning examiner, as we were having conferring back and forth, and also with the designer, it's something that it was recommended, leave it because it will adjust itself. Right? When we have to, because as you know, once this decision is put forward and we do have that front yard setback of 6.20 and we do have that length of 19.44, I'm sure it will remove itself. However, this is something, changes at this point in time on the floor. Unfortunately, with respect, I can't take that chance on behalf of the owners and the designer. There was no comfort level that was given to us through, through zoning, because they're swamped.
Okay, and thank you for explanation. Another quick question is that you mentioned you submitted the updated site plan and drawings. Is your final drawings that you have submitted reflect the changes that you already mentioned at the floor?
Through you, Mr. Chair, member, yes, they do. They reflect the changes, yes. And if you will also make a note on my submission also reflects the updated, the new, and the latest drawings.
Then if we tie it to site plan, it would explain. And then there's only
yes, that you could do that. And we just want to make sure if we can just clarify with staff that those are, and everybody does have the site plan that does state and show that the front yard setback is 6.20.
Do you have the
And
dates on that drawing?
March 17, received March 17, 2022 at 12:01.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, if that's what you would like to do, I am okay with that.
Yeah, and basically you followed what the staff report is requesting, number 5 and number 8. And number 8, which you changed, and you're adding also number 6. So at this point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So can I have a motion there, please?
Yes. So if there is no other question, I can put forward a motion.
Please.
Through you. Yes. So I will put forward a motion to approve this application with the following changes. Variance number 5, the proposed front yard setback is now 6.20 meter. The variance number 6, the proposed lot coverage is now 40% of the lot area. Changed.
Yeah. 40.
40.
40. Yeah.
40. Yeah.
40%, 40%. The variance number 8 is the depth is now changed to 19.44.
Length. The length.
Length. Right. Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
We will leave the depth as is, but I would like to tie it to the site plan, the updated site plan dated March 17, 2022, to this report.
Okay.
That's my.
Okay. And there's no other condition. The change of the 3 variances and attached to the report. Second, do I have a second?
Site plan dated March 17, 2022.
Okay. Do I have a second? Yeah. Second, Ms. Manning. Okay, all in favor. So, Ms. Evangelista, your application is approved, subject to those 3 changes and subject to the attached to the site plan of March 2022.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Number 36, which is 349 Bing Avenue, application number 36. And here we have the agent, Bijan Jamali. Are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Can you please state your name and address?
Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of committee. My name is Bijan Jamali. I am the authorized agent of the applicant residing at 5 or 6 Blythewood Road, Toronto, Ontario.
Okay, we have, this is a new dwelling, 6 variances. The report, staff report has only a condition to build for east and west elevation drawings and forestry condition number 2. Now, since we have, normally it's straightforward, but because we have one more speaker here registered, let me check, Miss. They're here. Okay, we have one more speaker here, therefore we need the presentation from you. So short presentation and we'll move on.
Okay.
So give us more presentation as to the merit of your application and we'll hear the other speaker.
Well, the variances I have requested are consistent with intent of the zoning bylaw, and I believe they are minor in nature.
Yeah, I agree. That's very short. Okay, that's it. So we'll call the other speakers, see what they have to say. We have here Ann Toth. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, can you please say your name and address for us?
My name is Ann Toth. I reside at 3126 Bayview Avenue.
Thank you. And tell us what's your concern about this this application on Bing Avenue.
Okay. I didn't have a chance to submit in writing before the deadline, so I'm going to read a prepared statement, if you don't mind.
So please,
My name is Ann.
You have 5 minutes. You can use it as you wish.
Okay. Thank you, sir. My name is Ann. My husband, John, and I are the owners and residents of 3126 Bayview Avenue, which is located on the west side of Bayview, south of Bing Avenue. Our backyard abuts the backyard of 349 Bing Avenue along its east property line. My family's history in this area goes back to the late 40s, early 50s, 1950s, when my mother's parents owned a home next door to ours at what was 3124 Bayview Avenue. It is now the townhouse condo block 11603 with the street address 3100 Bayview Avenue, which is along the south property line of 349 Bing. My parents purchased 3126 Bayview almost 60 years ago. This was my childhood home that I have lived in most of my life. My parents were also local business owners, and when they retired, my husband and I moved into the house in 1990 with our children and went on to purchase the home in 1998. We oppose the requested variances asked by these applications be denied. Approving the variance requested does not benefit the neighborhood, surrounding properties and homeowners, or the environment, in our opinion. And we find the term minor variances to be misleading and seems to trivialize the setbacks proposed. The more than 6 foot difference for the rear lot line seems like a significant difference to us. I believe the only parties who would benefit from the requested variances would be the owner, builder, developer, allowing them to erect a single-family home that is massive and excessive in both scope and size, most likely increasing their profit margin exponentially. I would like to know whether need can be shown for an increase in floor space. Can the increase in density and the impact on the abutting owners and neighbors be warranted? Can the developer's requirements be met with a structure within the limits of the existing bylaws? Can the height or mass be reduced? Bing Avenue is a lovely tree-lined street. Homeowners and residents and the environment benefit from many very large mature trees, some likely old-growth trees. This area boasts a wonderful tree canopy that adds to the beauty of the area and quality of life. The generously deep lots allow for an experience that is rarely found in the city today, giving views and sightlines that are pleasant and green. Allowing this house to extend the proposed depth would obstruct and reduce the light, privacy, and views from our backyard and home. We spend extensive hours in our backyard and have worked very hard for many years establishing plantings, flower beds, and vegetable gardens. We worry that the increase in mass, height, and bulk will result in areas of our home and large sections of our yard to suffer shadowing, which would greatly reduce or diminish our quality of life, as will the loss of enjoyment in gardening and other outside activities. Many homes in this area have 3 neighbors. We, however, have more than that. We have 2 homes along our north property line, which are 351 and 353 Bing Avenue. 1 home, the home in question behind us on the west property line, 349 Bing, and the townhouse condo block on the south property line, 3100 Bayview. The variances they are seeking approval for would allow this proposed dwelling with raised walkout and platform deck on the back to extend past our property line on the north. Combined with the requested side lot variances, it feels like this dwelling would be a visual intrusion towering over our home and rear yard encroaching on any sense of privacy and enjoyment in our own yard and home. I am also concerned with the effects on drainage and runoff.
Yeah,
With that much more of the...
Excuse me, I have to stop you. Your 5 minutes are over, and we have to move on, okay? So can you summarize in 30 seconds?
Okay. In closing, I'm also quite concerned about the arborist reports. It refers to a tree on our property, number 7, a Norway spruce. This is a very old tree that I've seen pictures of dating back to the 40s and 50s when my family first moved to the area. And we're deeply concerned that they're permitted to apply for a permit to knowingly damage this tree.
Okay.
And
thank you. We have.
So we're worried about that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We have a condition for forestry. They deal with it. We don't deal with the trees here. So it was a nice story. I appreciate the story of your family and all that stuff, but I want to see which variants really amount to a big home around the area. So we'll let the agent respond to those concerns, because from what you see here is 6 variances, and as far as the people want to make money and all that stuff is not really our concern. If they didn't have these variances here, they wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be here. They will just go and build it. They're here because of that change between what's approved, what's required, and what they're asking for, and what's permitted. So let's see if he can answer properly those questions. And now we'll get, do you have any question for this speaker? Unless there is a question, we'll go back to Jamali. Bijan Jamali, can you please come back and respond to this speaker here?
Yes, Your Honor. I just answered some of the questions which are related to my project. First of all, about size of the house, which it was said it's huge or monster. Most of the neighbors normally say. My house is not even 30% coverage, which I am allowed to build, even it's not part of my variance. I am building only 29%, which is less than what I am allowed. Regarding side setback, I don't think it's related to the backyard of the neighbor or the tree, which is saying it has to be protected. Of course, arborist has proposed protection for those trees, so it will not be damaged. And of course, any builder or any owner will take care of that. And beside that, I don't know what kind of impact it's going to have on neighboring or streets or any other things, which I don't understand. And I believe, yes, that was a nice story I heard. That's all I can explain.
Okay. Well, the people, the neighbors have the right to bring a concern, and the lady is mentioning the concern about all these changes, according to the size of the area, can make a difference, which what we're here for to determine, and they have the right to speak, and they have the right to their concern. So let's see, members, do we have any question for this applicant? No question? Okay, can I have a motion then? Ms. Atarodi?
Maybe just a quick, and yes, the neighbors said that they might have the balcony have a, will just reduce the privacy of the backyard. Am I correct? So if the applicant can explain.
Yes, first of all, as you can see on the site plan, the backyard is quite deep, so it cannot have any impact on the neighbor on the backside. And even the deck, everything is as per zoning by law, and there is nothing. Otherwise, we would ask for variance for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and if there's no more question, can I have a motion then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair, I would like to put forward a motion to approve this application with only one condition that staff recommended, that the proposal be developed substantially in accordance with west side elevation and east side elevation drawing number 1 and 2, and also subjected to urban forestry report.
Thank you. Second. Ms. Manning seconding. That's all in favor. So, sir, your application is approved, subject to the condition of the staff and subject to forestry.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good night.
You too.
Mr. Chair, could we take a brief 5-minute break?
5 minute it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you please put this a note there? We're gonna have a break and for a few minutes. So, is 5 is enough or 10? 5 or 10?
10 minutes. 10 minutes, please.
Okay, 10.
Thank you.
5. By the time I get up and come back is 5. So 10 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moderator, could you put 10 minutes? Thank you.